From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth. Here, Tommy Max, of course, at my bar, where everyone has a chance to have a seat and tell their story. Brought to you by our good friends at Dasher and Hot Spring Spas of Jacksonville. It's the BTL segment with my friend Brian Sexton. Our guest today is Mary O'Connor. She's a former Olympian. She's a former Mayo doctor, and she's here to talk about a really good cause. So let's welcome in Miss Mary O'Connor. Hey, Mary, how are you?
I'm good, Tom.
All right,
good
Brian, good to see you, my friend.
How are you?
Always a pleasure. I am fantastic. Thank you for setting this up. Appreciate that. Mary, tell us about ICONS, the Independent Council on Women's Sports. I know that's what you are here at the bar for today.
Yeah, Tom, thank you.
Yep.
So I'm a member of ICONS, and I actually lead the rowing chapter, and we're a group that's focused on fairness for female athletes.
Okay.
So we really...
Hot topic.
It's a hot topic, but it's
big topic.
It's a big topic.
It is.
Because it's so important that we preserve fairness and competition and opportunity for girls. And by girls, I'm referring to females.
Yeah, no, I
and
know
for women.
Right, absolutely.
Or adult human females.
And you're an athlete, right? You rode for our great country in 1980, right?
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And you've been an athlete your whole life, so you're speaking from firsthand what's fair and what's not fair.
So, Tom, I feel like I've been transported back to 1976. So when I was a first-year student at Yale, I started rowing, and there were no sports teams for girls in my high school at that time because Title IX had just passed, okay? And I go to Yale, I start to row. There's no locker room at the boathouse for the women. The boathouse is 30-minute bus drive from the campus. So the women were on the bus driving back, we're cold and wet. People have been trying to get a locker room for some time, so we got a little frustrated. Yeah. And in the spring, 19 of us marched up to the athletic director's office.
Okay.
We stripped, and we had Title IX written on our bare chests and backs.
Whoa.
Our captain read a statement, "These are the bodies that Yale is exploiting." The Yale Daily News, which is the student newspaper, picks up the story. Then the New York Times, the International Herald Tribune pick up the story. Yeah. And all of a sudden, miraculously, by the spring, we had an addition to the boathouse with a locker room for us. So our protest has been heralded as the first stand for Title IX in college athletics.
So you have a history of courage and of being willing to stand up and say what you believe, to fight the fight that matters to you. What is it about this fight? Where did this crystallize in your mind that you had to come out and get involved and form this group so that you could take back what you have been fighting for your entire adult life? Yeah.
It's just so blatantly obvious. It's factual. It's scientific. Males can't become females.
Correct.
Okay? So, and what's also scientific is that testosterone suppression does not erase the male sports performance advantage. So I'm happy for anybody to identify however they want, love whoever they want, not be discriminated in their workplace, okay?
This is America still, for sure.
Yeah.
Right. However, females, meaning girls and women, need their own sports category. And that's why it was created, because we know they can't compete against boys and men, okay? And winning matters.
Yeah,
winning matters. It reinforces your hard effort. It's the reward. I would not be where I was professionally if I hadn't been an Olympic athlete. Okay? Yeah. And when I would interview people for positions, I wanted to know that they excelled at something. Because it didn't really matter to me what they excelled at. But if they were really good at something, that taught me, then I knew they had discipline, focus, they could work hard. So giving girls the opportunity to be successful at sports matters. And when we take those opportunities away because we're allowing males boys who identify as girls
Right.
to basically kick their ass in competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is proven.
Which is
It's
proven.
being shown.
We've all seen it,
Yeah,
right.
we've seen
right?
it already.
And risk injury.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Seen that too.
Yeah.
It's not fair and it's not safe.
Yeah, common sense. I mean, it's just common sense. Again, you're allowed to feel however you want, be whoever you want, but that doesn't mean that you all of a sudden can compete against people that you're quote unquote superior to. But you can't change biology is what
No.
we're saying. You just can't change it. You can change how you feel.
Right.
You can change all that stuff, and that's great. Nobody's saying you can't do that, but let's use some common sense here, Brian.
Well, and to erase essentially all of the gains that you and your generation in particular fought for
Yes.
in the sporting arena, but how long until it crosses over into political, economic, right? You can just see how that becomes a downward slope for women in society.
Well, women are being basically erased. Okay. A woman.
Not in my world.
Mine,
my
right? I live in a house
three
with
girls and my wife.
I have
There's
three
no
boys and myself, and
Yeah,
my
right.
wife is the queen of the castle,
That's
right? So it
right.
doesn't matter whether there's one or four.
You've taught them well.
But women as a class, recognizing that women deserve and need privacy and safety in their own spaces,
Yeah.
that is what is being erased.
All right, tell us about Icons. Tell us about where you're at with it, what you guys are doing, and how people can get involved.
So you can go to our website, iconswomen.com. Have lots of information on there. Some great videos from a meeting we had last summer with lots of experts talking about different topics related to this.
Yep.
Of course, we welcome donations. We get involved with amicus briefs for
Yep.
various lawsuits. We have events where we go, like at the NCAA,
Yep.
to try and say, please get some common sense. This is craziness,
Yep.
right? You can't keep allowing biological males who identify as girls to compete against girls.
Against biological
Which
women,
is
girls,
and the NCAA is not protecting
Yeah.
girls and young women in sports.
Right.
We work across all levels. I mean, I'm working on
Yeah.
an international coalition as well.
I mean, you could equate it to men and women. We have to wrap up, but men and women like boxing. They're weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
The heavyweight's not supposed to fight the lightweight. He'd kill him. It's just not fair. He's
Right.
bigger, he's stronger, he might even be quicker than him. That's why they separate. They make it fair. They make it be more equal to having a chance to win in that division.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
common sense, right? It's kind of the same thing.
It is
we're
the
talking
same
here.
thing.
Mary, you know what? I appreciate you taking a stand and being brave enough to sit on that and be like, hey man, we gotta fight for what you believe is right, and I appreciate that.
Courage is contagious. I hope you're seeing that.
Thank you, Brian. Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
We're seeing a lot more awareness, but people really need to step up because this is the right thing to do. We need to save women's sports. We need to protect privacy and safety for our daughters and sisters and women athletes. And that's what we're all about.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate
My
it,
pleasure.
Brian.
Thanks,
Thank
Mary.
you, bud.
Thanks.
Make sure you check out Mary's profile, this conversation, and hundreds of others at dailynewsnetwork.com. Hey, all conversations are welcome here. And what I mean by all conversations. We want to have a seat at the bar and talk to us about your story and how you feel, man. You're more than welcome to do just that. So until next time, you stay safe out there and be cool. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The coach should be going to bed at night thinking about the athlete and how they're going to help that athlete improve. They shouldn't be worrying about how am I going to quantify their improvement, or am I going to have to keep up with all this information? Those things that are kind of background to the coach focusing there on the athlete. And so what Dasher does is it takes all those side things away, allowing the coach to focus then on the athlete.